Hi guys, Mike here with Apex GMAT, here with your GMAT problem of the day. Today we've got this little number, a fairly straightforward combinatorics GMAT problem. And if you've been self-prepping in sort of a rigorous, let me review the rules sort of way, you'll pick up that there's orders, combinations here, and you might be inclined to really dive in and say, what's my combinations formula? What's my permutation formula? How do I know which is which? And then plug in numbers. And while that will get you there, understand that most combinatorics problems are more about being familiar with combinatorics than any really heavy-duty math. That is, because the GMAT cohort, the number of people who are taking the GMAT, are generally more familiar with algebra, geometry, combinatorics, by virtue of being less known, is considered more valuable, is scored more highly than problems of similar complexity in algebra or geometry. So that you're really being rewarded just for knowing basic combinatorics, and in fact, most permutation combination problems fall into this basic category. The good news here is that you can use your reason to solve this problem without being burdened by the formal combinatorics formulas. So let's take a look at this problem. John's having a movie night. We need to ask ourselves a series of pivot questions. How many different movies can John show first? Well, there's 12 movies. He could show any of the 12. Leaving 11 movies to be shown second, any of 11. 10, 9. So the answer is 12 times 11 times 10 times 9, or 11,880. But even this math is a lot to do. Notice that by walking it through as a story, as a narrative, we don't need to cancel out the 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We don't need to worry about division or anything else. We just know that there's 4 movies, and each step we take, there's one less movie available. So here we have this product 12 times 11 times 10 times 9. But we don't really want to be forced to process this. And so we can look for features that allow us to skip doing that heavy math. We've got this really neat triangular shape in the answer choices where each answer has a different number of digits in it. 12, 11, 10, 9. We can look at and say on average each one's about 10. The 9 and the 12 sort of compensate. But overall, we're going to have something that's close to 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. That is, our answer should be somewhere around 10,000, possibly a little more because we have an 11 and a 12 offset only by a 9. So what we're looking for is something in that just above 10,000 range. This prevents us from doing the math and very rapidly lets us look at those 4 movies, those numbers 12, 11, 10, 9, and zero in on that 11,880 number. So I hope this is helpful. Try it again with a similar number. And notice that you can't do this with 100 different movies, selecting 17 of them. The numbers would be too cumbersome. So the GMAT is really restricted here, and you should restrict yourself to ones that are reasonable to keep processed in your head without doing heavy-duty math. Similarly, notice how this one clusters around 10. It doesn't have to cluster around 10, but when you're rewriting this problem, think about that clustering and think about how your knowledge of common powers or how other identities can help you rapidly get to an answer, because the GMAT, you can be certain, will present you with numbers that have a neat, clean way to jump from your understanding directly to the answer without all that messy math in between. This is Mike for Apex GMAT with your problem of the day. I'll see you again next time.